So we learned on Wednesday that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is agreeing to testify at the Finance Committee to discuss the WE scandal. Wow, maybe we didn't see that coming. To see him actually make that appearance. He didn't agree to do it during LavScam, so should we go, okay, fair enough, here he is. We should commend him for this transparency, for being willing to answer all of these questions. Well, you will pardon me if I'm feeling a little cynical about all of this. I'm not so sure I'm withholding my applause. I'll wait until we see his performance at the committee, because here's why. A number of points. First of all, what's to say it's not going to be full of talking points? What are the things that Trudeau is already saying about the WE scandal? Well, he's using this phrase, open and transparent. We've been open and transparent ad nauseum. We're hearing it time and time again. Isn't that kind of interesting that this is a phrase that he doesn't particularly use when there aren't scandals going on? He only uses them when people are concerned that he has not been open and transparent, and his response is just to counter and say, I am being open and transparent. The other thing I think we'll hear a lot about, we've already heard a few examples of it, is he says, well, we do what we need to do to help Canadians during the pandemic. Basically, don't worry about the details of this administering this program. It's all because we're just so urgent and quick and doing everything we can, pulling out the stops to help Canadians dealing with COVID-19. I also think we could hear that real zinger that's upset some people that he said a couple times in the past that this scandal is more of a learning opportunity for the rest of Canada and for everyone else. Maybe we'll hear that doozy. What do you think? I also think one thing we have to keep in mind is Trudeau has not agreed to make a traditional committee appearance. He has agreed to sit down in front of his laptop and log on to a virtual sitting. And this is a very different thing, of course, because there are different dynamics, there's different give and take. You know how these Zoom calls and all these things work, where it's really hard for people to interrupt each other. You really have to be given your time because microphones come and go and they sort of put up on a screen who's talking and who's not, and so forth. So they're much more stage-managed affairs. I think this works to Justin Trudeau's advantage if he would like to evade some more difficult questions, if he would like to sort of drag on with the comments that he is making. Because keep in mind, Trudeau has never actually faced any serious, prolonged public scrutiny. He's never faced any particular grilling from anyone. Yes, there's question period, but that's still a managed affair. Likewise, for when he deals with questions from the media up at the podium. But what could happen at Finance Committee is, say, Conservative finance critic Pierre Poilievre, he could really want to give Trudeau a grilling, and they could really get into a back and forth because the way Finance Committee testimony appearances work, there is that opportunity for back and forth, with which Trudeau has never really been exposed to before. But we're not going to see that because the virtual sittings, well, they operate a little bit differently. So I guess it's better than not that Trudeau has agreed to make this appearance. Opposition members were calling for it, so he has agreed to it. But hold your applause until we see what actually transpires.